Prime Time Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Prime Time Local News. Connor Chan and Abby St. John here to bring you all the good stuff for today's show, including our question of the day. What is your greatest accomplishment? For myself, I think it's probably either finishing college or being named one of the top 10 finalists for the Cineplex pre-show host in Canada.
I think mine, again, I just finished college last week. So that's a pretty big accomplishment. And another one that I was thinking of when I was, I think 8, I was part of a circus act for the Shriner Circus. I was part of the clown act. So that was fun, getting to be a part of their show. And I think that's pretty cool.
Well, not many kids get to do that kind of
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
So
they can't say that they've been part of a circus, but I have.
Well, good on you there, Abby. Well, we'll have all this and more coming up later on the show, but right now let's send over to Eric Bay, who's on location.
Thanks, guys. Today we're here at the Service Sports Center, and you may have seen these little pamphlets rolling around. The City of Lloydminster has their summer camps coming up this summer, and you guys can still register. There's plenty to do for kids of all ages. There are also some activities for adults going on here at the Service Sports Center. Also, they got some at the BioClean Aquatic Center and the LGCC. So we're going to have a little bit more on that coming up later on in the show, but first we're going to send it back into the studio for a look at your local news.
Every year, the honor of being named the Lions Club Citizen of the Year goes to one Border City resident, and our Jasmine King has more on this achievement.
That was Carrie Taylor, moments after finding out she was named Lions Club Citizen of the Year. Taylor has been a very active member of the community for a long time, and being given this accolade took her breath away.
It was a complete surprise and an honor that I can't even begin to say what an honor it is to receive this award.
Although she's been devoting her time to volunteering for many years, this was still not something she had expected.
You know, my mind blanked because I can't believe that my name has been put on the same level as wonderful people like Vic Juba. To me, he is a true person to look up to, and as I said, if I could even attain a slight bit to what he has done, that's a great honor.
Taylor's family had known about the award for a few weeks, but had to keep it a secret. They were happy to see their mom being honored.
She's one of those people who's so selfless, and she does it because she loves to do it, and she loves to help. She loves to help out the community. She loves to help us out, and so for her to be acknowledged for that, I think it's very, very deserving.
The largest event that she's involved in is the annual music festival. With this award, she's pleased that her work for the festival and the other people involved are being recognized.
I'm glad that the music in Lloyd, what I have done, is going to maybe put a little bit more in the forefront the performing arts in this town. And that's the important thing, that the performing arts is alive and it's well and doing so well, and that these children in this town have the opportunity to show their talents and the community can see their talents.
Jasmine King, Primetime Local News.
Now we're going to Eric Bay, who is on location today.
We're here at the Service Sports Center right now, and we're talking about the city's summer programs coming up this summer, joined by Cindy Rekimowicz. And the projects are kind of happening all over the place this summer, but first, can you just explain what's kind of going on here at the Service Sports Center this summer?
Sure. We have our Summer Fun program. It's presented by Tooth Sweet Dentistry this year, so that's new. And we have our camps happening at 3 locations: the Service Sports Center, Bud Miller All Seasons Park, and the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Center. So there is 2 weeks happening at the Service, 3 weeks at the Cultural Center, and 3 weeks at Bud Miller and the BioClean.
And what exactly do we have happening here at the Service Sports Center?
We have 2 camps that happen. They're the first 2 weeks after the long weekend, and they're ages 4 to 11-year-olds can participate. The camp runs from 8:30 to 4 daily, and you sign up for weekly camps or you can sign up for day camps. So some of the themes that we have throughout the summer are Space Kids, Spy Kids, Time Travelers, Artrageous, Mad Scientists, Splish Splash. So just a different theme every week, and so the kids can sign up based on your schedule for the week, or they can sign up depending on a theme.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Cindy. We're going to have a little bit more coming down from here at the Service Sports Center, but first we're going to take it back into the studio.
All right, thanks very much, Eric. Taking a look at your current temperatures right now, 16 degrees for us here in the border city. We did have some very heavy winds, but mostly closer to that, maybe over 30 kilometers an hour. We're still seeing that northwest winds coming in close to 30 kilometers an hour there. Some temp records this time of year, 22 degrees was our warmest day back in 2003, while our coldest day was at minus 14 back in 2008. As we take a look at the satellite radar map, bit amount of cloud coverage coming in as it started to die down compared to what it is yesterday. So we're expecting some very clear days for this area. Rather, it's a little bit cloudier down more further out southwest there for Alberta here. So take a look at some other current temperatures. 16 also out in Edmonton, 14 for Red Deer, 13 in Edson, 15 for Athabasca, 14 in both Whitecourt and Red Deer, 10 degrees out in Rocky Mountain House, 12 for Jasper, and 13 out in Edson. Over in the Saskatchewan side, 18 degrees right now for Meadow Lake, 19 for Prince Albert, 20 for Melfort, 19 degrees out in Saskatoon, and 17 degrees currently sitting at right now for North Battleford. As you take a look at more in-depth look to the regional temperatures, it'll be 0 overnight for North Battleford with clear skies. Tomorrow warming up to 15 degrees with with more sun and a few clouds, with winds there still reaching over 20 kilometers an hour there. Cold Lakes, same result, 0 degrees with clear skies overnight, warming up to 12 degrees tomorrow for their daytime high, with winds coming in from the west at 24 kilometers an hour. So that trend of heavy winds over 20 kilometers an hour will continue for the next couple of days or so and should die down later on into the 7 days, which will show later on in the show our 7-day forecast. So 12 degrees tomorrow for them. 1 degree for us overnight here in Lloydminster with clear skies, warming up to 12 tomorrow with a bit more sun and a few clouds, with winds coming in from that west-northwest at 26 kilometers an hour. Take a look at the next 3 days. So tomorrow and Thursday should be the days where we should be seeing the last bit of those 20 kilometer an hour winds. So low of -2 for Thursday morning, warming up to 10 degrees to the daytime high with a sun and cloud mix, with winds still coming in at close to 26 kilometers an hour as well. Then -4 on Friday morning, warming up to 9 for the high with cloudy skies. That's a first look at your weather. We'll have more primetime local news coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Producers are still aiming for early to mid-May to get into the ground, but there are dark clouds hanging over the canola field. Gerard Lampow meets a farmer who is hedging his bets.
And we're still combining, but the farm is getting snow. Unreal.
Last year we had very brutal harvest conditions. We had snow in the middle of harvest and then a second snowfall a little later on. And most producers here were scrambling to get good quality crop off the field.
Devin Walker says the seed growers did a good job at getting a quality crop in the bin for producers to put seed back on the land this year. But farmers are still having trouble sourcing good germinating seed. The trade battle with China has producers switching up. Walker is scaling back his canola by 10% and seeding oats. Quality barley, oats, peas and beans are becoming scarce as farmers switch up rotations, review their finances and wait for May.
Spring breakup, mud season has been fun. Trying to get the last bit of grain out of the yard and get some fertilizer into the yard. The ground's very soft. The sloughs are all full, and the land is very wet still, and will probably be till the near end of April.
Producers are actively waiting but eyeing factors outside the canola field.
Now we have this carbon tax being imposed, and on a farm of my size, by 2022, that's going to cost my family household an extra $12,000 a year in just energy. That's just diesel and trucking, rail, electricity, natural gas, and grain drying. Not to mention any of the other escalation in prices due to off-farm inflation due to carbon tax.
There's always uncertainty in farming, but government and trade issues are on producers' minds as they plan for seeding season. A glimmer of hope is a hint about lowering interest rates to spur some economic development.
That's on farmers' minds all the time, is interest rates they play a big role. Farmers carry a decent amount of input debt and land mortgage debt and things like that they have to service. And if interest rates were to go up, that would just add another black cloud to, this. We're kind of on the edge of what could be really poor times in the agriculture industry.
The central bank announcement on the economy and interest rates is expected on Wednesday. Gerard Lampow, Primetime Local News.
Now we're going to take a look at your egg prices for today.
Every member of the City Centre Auto Body team has been through extensive training. We're constantly upgrading our team's education to reflect current collision repair technique.
The Lloydminster Red Dogs continued their undefeated streak in midget spring football over Easter weekend, despite strong resistance from Battle River. Josh Ryan has more on how this year's roster is embracing the challenge of more competition.
The final play on Friday was eerily similar to the Lloyd Comp Barons' dramatic playoff win back in November. A missed field goal gave the Red Dogs a 1-point victory, the narrowest margin they've faced in years, and a feeling they don't enjoy often.
I love those games. They're just fun to play in. You want to win.
That stakes are higher and it's just a lot more fun, especially when you come out with the victory on top.
The Battle River Shock are one of several teams in the association that have started to close the competitive gap, and it took experience from the entire group to get through this particular grind.
They keep getting better and better every year. And this year they wanted to fight for that shot. I feel the coaches kept us up because we'd go down and they'd be like, don't put your heads down, stay up. We're only down by a touchdown, all that. And then we just fought back.
It's a unique season for the Red Dogs, with coaches Aaron Harper and Vince Oreo stepping back, along with fielding a smaller roster than previous seasons. But that hasn't changed the older players' habits or focus.
We still have enough guys to run the normal plays that we do, so it's not too much different.
The younger guys can get more reps in practice and games if we need it, and it's tough at times because practice can get sloppy, but it's usually a better thing.
Having just avoided a loss, there's plenty of work this week ahead of their matchup against St. Albert.
We knew we could win. We didn't start the half very great, and we came out second half with a better start and just kept fighting through.
Not getting as many penalties. In the last game, that was a real problem for us. Getting our plays down tighter, playing with more intensity, that's most of it.
And getting to move practice outdoors should provide an immediate boost.
It's way nicer outside. It gets so packed in here sometimes.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local Sports.
Now we're going to Eric Bay, who is on location today.
We're back here at the Service Sports Center, joined once again by Cindy Rekimowicz, and we're talking about the kids programs that your kid could enter, and there's also some junior days happening at the LGCC.
Yeah, in July and August, there's some programs for juniors. They can go down and register right at the golf course. And yeah, it's junior days, teach your kid how to golf, so it's a great opportunity for kids to learn the sport.
And that's great, a little opportunity to learn something new. You also did this program when you were younger. What was your experience kind of like?
Yeah, our Summer Fun program has been around Lloyd for many years, and I did it as a kid, and it's a great way to get out and meet new kids. It's fun. They play games, they play sports, they do crafts, they go exploring in Bud Miller, they swim at the pool, so there's lots of opportunities and lots of things that they can learn and explore over the summer.
And now that pamphlet that you're holding there, kids you said would be receiving that at school very soon. Just a little bit more information on the camps.
Yeah, so the camps or the brochure will be delivered to the public school and Catholic school this next week. They can go online and register anytime at register/guides on the City of Lloydminster website, and just encourage everybody to take part. The camp you can have before or sign up for before care or after care, and we can look after your kids anywhere from 7:30 till 5 at night. So it takes the ease off if you're working.
And now these camps that you are running, how long do they, for each separate camp, how long are they during the week?
Families can sign up for week sessions, so there's 8 week sessions that they can sign up for, or if the camp's not full, they can sign up for day sessions.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. We're going to have a little bit more from here at the Service Sports Center, just about the summer kids camps going on this summer, what your kid can participate in. But first, we're going to throw it back into the studio with Connor and Abby.
All right, thanks very much, Eric. Taking a look at your current temperatures once again here. 16 degrees for us here, still here in Lloydminster. 17 out in Marwayne, Vermilion, Wainwright. 14 down in Provost and Macklin there. 16s out in St. Paul, Vegreville, and Edmonton. 14 for Bonnyville and Lac-La-Biche. 15 for both Cold Lake and Pierceland over in Saskatchewan side. 17 degrees out in Green Lake and Meadow Lake. 14 for St. Walburg. 17 North Battleford, and 18 degrees out in Maidstone. Some other temperatures in Saskatchewan. 11 degrees out in La Loche right now. 11 degrees out in Buffalo Narrows. 15 for La Ronge. 18 for Flin Flon. 10 in South End. 12 in Wollaston Lake. 10 also out in Stony Rapids as well. 8 degrees in Slave Lake currently. 15 right now now for Fort McMurray, 13 degrees for High Level and Peace River, 12 degrees for Grand Prairie, and 9 degrees for Fort Chipewyan. Out in southern Alberta, 19 degrees out in Lethbridge, 21 in Medicine Hat, 17 for Calgary, 14 for Coronation, and 9 for Banff. Out in southern Saskatchewan, 17 degrees currently right now out in Kindersley, 18 degrees for Swift Current, 20 in both Moose Jaw and Regina and Yorkton as well, and 21 degrees out in Estevan. As we take a look at our temperatures for tomorrow, now we did have some windy days today, and we're going to have that trend continuing into Thursday, where on Friday it should die down, which will show later on the 7-day forecast. Mostly 11s and 12s for the area here, so 12 tomorrow for us is the daytime high, as well as out in Maidstone, Provost. 11s out in Vegreville, Vermilion, Marwayne, Wainwright, Bonnyville. 10 for Lac La Biche tomorrow, 12 degrees for Cold Lake and Pierceland, 14 degrees for Meadow Lake and Green Lake, 13 for Isle La Crosse, 12 degrees out in St. Walburg, 9 degrees out in Edmonton, and 15 degrees for North Battleford tomorrow. As we take a look now at the 7-day forecast, as you kind of see here, that wind will still pick up for Wednesday, Thursday. Both days we're expecting sun and cloud mix, kind of like similar to what we had today. 12 for Wednesday, 10 for Thursday, with a low there of -2. -4 will be the low there for Friday, warming up to 9 degrees with that wind dying down closer to 10 kilometers an hour there with cloudy skies. Same for Saturday, cloudy skies throughout the day with a low there of -2. -5 will be the low for Sunday, where the sun should pop up a little bit more with a high there of 8. -6 for Monday with low of -6 is the low, and then high of 9 degrees. Low of -3 heading into Tuesday, warming up to 10, back to the 20 kilometer an hour range for winds with some cloudy skies. Averages for this time of year still around 12 degrees for our average daytime high, and our average daytime low sitting still around 0. So it's a little bit cooler over the next couple of days here as you wake up into the morning, but it should get warmer out throughout the daytime. That's a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll have more primetime local news coming up after the break.
Now we're going to Eric Bay, who is on location today.
Once again, now we are back at the Service Sports Center, joined by Sydney Rekimowicz, and we're here talking a little bit about those summer fun camps. And there are also some options available for the younger age, as in you guys do have some preschool classes available, correct?
Yeah, we do offer preschool in May and June on Wednesdays and Fridays at the BioClean Aquatic Center. They can register. It's a 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and they can go and enjoy the Bud Miller, enjoy some swimming, and it's just geared at those younger kids.
And moving up a little bit of age, all the courses aren't exactly fun and games. You do have the opportunity to learn some stuff too. You guys do have some safety courses happening for those teenage age kids.
Yeah, we have Stay Safe, and we have a babysitting course that we offer through the BioClean for the teenagers. We also, for older teenagers, we have First Aid. That would be for adults as well, and we also have a lifeguard course.
And then also for those adults, you guys do have some sports leagues happening. How can people get in those, and what are they?
We have an outdoor volleyball league that happens at Bud Miller Park, so teams can register and participate on our outdoor courts for the months of June and July.
And you guys also do have some little more main events, a couple weekend events going on. What are those? And again, how can people find out some more information on them?
Yeah, we do have a number of events throughout the spring and summer. So we have Street Fest. It's happening downtown June 22nd. It's a Saturday. We also have Canada Day happening on July 1st that we celebrate at Bud Miller All Seasons Park. And then we have Heritage Day that happens on August 6th of the long weekend at the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Centre. So there's lots of events for families to enjoy throughout the summer, and you can find all that on the City of Lloydminster website.
And also you guys have those little pamphlets here. Real quick, just where can people find those pamphlets for some more information on the upcoming events?
These spring and summer guides can be found at any of our rec facilities, the BioClean Aquatic Center, the Lloyd Cultural and Science Center, the Service Sports Center, and as well they're available at City Hall. So pick those up, and there's lots of information about our programs and events and how to register.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll have a little bit more coming from here at the Service Sports Center, but for now we're going to throw it back into the studio.
All right, so with our question of the day today, what is your greatest accomplishment? There's a lot that people have had to say, and it's pretty common. Well, one of the common things that I've found is raising children. That's obviously a great accomplishment. So for some people that have commented on here, there's a bunch of you that have said that, but some other ones have been, being married for over 30 years.
Oh, yeah, that's
also
a good one.
Good one as well. And a lot of people also who are sober as well, who have had over
that's
many years of
amazing.
sobriety, because that's very tough to do, and
that's
it's
a
not
huge
easy.
accomplishment. Yeah, no, that's something that you should be very proud of.
Absolutely, for anybody that is
Yeah.
is going through stuff like that. And then of course there was one gentleman that I found interesting as well, that he wrote that he played soccer internationally. He traveled when he was U18, played out over in Europe. So that's
that's
pretty cool.
awesome. That's a pretty good accomplishment.
There's a lot of really cool, accomplished people here in Lloyd, which is
Oh
which is
yeah,
awesome,
absolutely. You'd be surprised. No matter how small a town is, there's always those people who have those great accomplishments that you
absolutely
want to praise.
Absolutely. Well, one thing that we always enjoy doing here is talking about pets, because now it's time for the Pet of the Day segment. So let's take a look at some of the pets that are eligible for the gift card from the Lloydminster Pet Pass. This is Rory.
Oh, adorable.
He's got looks like a toothbrush, kind of, or a brush. This is Delta.
Oh.
It's a nice little sinister type face that's in the fishbowl. Up to no good. This is Art Bella.
Oh, with the little ears.
Those Easter, even though Easter's over, it's still not too late to.
He probably does not like that.
No. And then this is Gracie dressed up as a bumblebee.
Oh, adorable.
That is very adorable. And last but not least, this is Willow, who has got the cone of shame.
Yep.
Got the cone of shame.
But still snoozing.
Very
nonetheless.
cute indeed. Well, if your pet was shown on today, you're automatically entered to win a Lloydminster Pet Pad gift card, which we're giving away at the end of the week.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Hi, I'm joined here today with Becca from the SPCA and this beautiful dog Duchess, and we're going to try to find her a new home. So can you just tell me a little bit about Duchess and how she came to the SPCA?
Yeah, so she was originally a transfer in, and then she was adopted for a little while from us, but they realized that she was not very good with little kids, so under kind of the age of 5, she was a little bit stressed out with kids, so she would do better in a home, so she came back so she could be better placed, sort of thing. So she came back, and we're hoping to find her a home with either just adults or teenage kind of age as well too. We think anything a little bit over the age of 10 she would be a little bit more suited with, especially just since kids that are just a little bit older, they seem to know to give them a little bit more room kind of thing to breathe, and if they're getting a little bit agitated, they know to leave them alone. So, but otherwise she's very, very sweet girl. She's very well trained, and I think she would be easy to continue to train kind of thing, house trained, everything like that. And she just loves being with adults for sure. Like she came in today and wanted to meet everybody kind of thing. So she's very good that way, and she's good with cats as well too. So we know that for sure with her. But yeah, I mean, other than the young kid, she's really a unique
Just
gal.
playful.
Yeah.
Just wants to be loved by obviously, kids and adults who know how to, treat a dog. Little kids, they mean well, they just want to pet the dog, but sometimes they don't know.
They don't know the limitations.
Yeah, and how hard to pet them, or how
What
to
not
avoid
to
them
grab and-
getting bit and stuff like that. And that's obviously important. But how is she, playful wise? Is she a little bit rougher? Does she play fetch and all those kind of things?
Yeah, so from what we found out, she does like to wrestle a little bit, and sometimes she can get a little bit stronger than what she needs to be, but she's really good with correction too, kind of thing they said. So for the most part, she just gets a little bit mouthy when she's playing, and fetch, she loves fetch, tug of war, things like that. She plays it all kind of thing. So she's a very active and friendly girl. Yes, so she's all those games she's really good at, I think. Yeah, for sure.
And house trained, is she fairly okay with not going in the house?
Yeah, they said initially she had a couple accidents, but once she kind of got into her routine, she was perfectly fine. She never had another accident in the house.
And I probably should have asked earlier, but how old is she? I know some people...
I'm not 100%. She is a little bit of gray around the muzzle, so we think she could be at least 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
But not. She's still, like I said, she's got a lot of life left in her. She's quite bouncy still. She does need to learn to not jump up as much. We did notice that a little bit coming in here today, but it's more or less just she just wants to be kind of as close as possible to you. But yeah.
And health-wise, how is she?
Good. Yeah, we haven't had an issue with her. Like I said, she was a transfer in, so she was all health checked there and everything before too. And then we'll make sure that she's all up to date on any vaccines that she may need again before going back out to her new home. But yeah, other than that, she's quite happy and healthy.
And we talked a little bit off camera about upcoming events that are happening. Do you want to just tell us about that?
Yeah. So we have our adoption weekend coming up at Pet Value this weekend. So I think Duchess will probably join us at one of those days for sure, just to try and find some of our animals their new forever homes. So that's all this weekend. So I believe Friday it's from 4 to 7. And then Saturday they are having a barbecue as well. So that's from 1 to 5. So come out and have some food and everything and come see some animals as well too. And we'll be there from 1 to 4. And same with Sunday as well. We'll be there from 1 to 4 as well too.
Okay, well, perfect. Thank you for coming in.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Thank you, Duchess, as well. And hopefully this weekend we could probably find her a home and all the
Yes,
other
definitely.
animals that you have left still. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, or us.
Pet Project is brought to you by Quick Pick Waste Disposal, Lloydminster's #1 waste and recycling hauler. Quick Pick is waste collection you can depend on.
Hey, it's Justin Stretch with 101.9 Boom and 93.7 Wayne FM, and here's what's happening. Right now we have a crazy contest going on called Fast and Curious, where you could win yourself a gorgeous 2019 Nissan 370Z courtesy of Lloydminster Nissan. All you have to do to enter to qualify is head over to one of the participating locations. Right now it's at Northern Factory Workwear in Lloydminster. Go over there, say hi to the incredible staff, throw your name in the ballot bin, and who knows, you could be off to the races. All you have to do to qualify is make sure you call us back if we call your name Monday morning at 7:40 a.m. Each week the vehicle is in a different location, so make sure you're staying up to date with everything at 1019boom.com or 937wayne.com. That's where you're going to find all the info and all the locations. Like I said, Monday morning, 7:40 a.m., we call a qualifier's name, and then they only have 370 seconds to call us back. We couldn't make it too easy. On top of that, there's a whole bunch of amazing concerts coming through town. August 15th to the 18th, Extreme Mudfest hits Bonnyville. Tickets starting at $105, and you get to see Tim Hicks and Default headline. It's going to be an incredible show. On top of that, Elton John added a second date to the Farewell Yellow Brick Road Tour. That's going down September 27th and 28th at Rogers Place. You do not want to miss that. Who knows when the next time he'll be coming around is. I'm Justin with 101.9 Boom and 93.7 Wayne FM, and that's what's happening.